find a comfortable seat, or break one out of a box. Get your groove on, and get a friend involved. Because we're falling back and eating good on life's funniest moments. We've got falls from great heights, and we're kicking out lights. One talented dog, and a guy who slips on a log. We're coming at ya. So don't lose your head. It's time for life's funniest moments. Hey, look what I can do. Wait, you can't see me. Hey, look what these people can do. Baby Jamal had a plan. Climb on the chair and take everything off the table. But the joke was on him. There wasn't anything on the table. The biggest mistake in gift giving is expecting a child to be excited about furniture. But in this case, she was really bowled over. Man, if this kid can't even get to the BMX part before wiping out, I can't wait to see what happens when he gets there. Oh man, somebody get this kid a ride to the park. It's gonna be hilarious. It's the rarely seen Russian tree dance. Wait for the big finish. До свидания! He may only be 2 years old, but this nutritional prodigy figures it's never too early to start eating healthy. Let's hope he doesn't find Mom's strudel stash. This date was going perfectly. A little dinner, a little dancing. Now he just had to dim the lights a little to make his big move. Nicely done. If this kid falls on the 8, I win $50. Oh, way to go, kid. This cruise line spares no expense to keep their customers entertained. They even wax the stage twice a night so you can guess which showgirl will fall. Please hold all tickets. If you had Gabriella, please come forward to collect your buffet coupon. Catch me, I'm falling. No, seriously, I'm falling. Attention shadows, Kitty is on to you. You can run, but you can't hide. Except when the lights are out. Buddy got a timeout. But it looks like time's up, as here comes Mom to let him off the hook. Buddy better watch his step, though, because next time, it's no drinking out of the toilet for a week. Don't be fooled, this is not an actual bull. The dead giveaway? A bull chases a red cape. That is clearly not red. Although what we may be watching is the famous running of the bird from Pamplona, Maine. Duke is this year's up-close frisbee catching champion. He credits his success to hard work and the fact that his owner doesn't have a yard. You're gonna laugh, and you'll need sunblock. It's fun in the sun. Bronze man wants to tan, and he wants to tan right now. Let's see that again. Raising kids today is a delicate balancing act, and nobody knows that better than this mom. But you can't blame him for these grass stains at laundry time. Just another lovely day in the park, but everything changes when pets attack. Followed closely by when swings attack. That's a double whammy. A lesson in manners. You should always give up your seat to an elderly person. Oh no, she's fallen and she can't get up. The following clips are like a person swimming in the ocean, all wet. Charlie likes the water in his bowl, but today he's decided to go directly to the source. He knows that if he hits that button just right, he'll get a refreshing splash of cold water. Or a bruise on his snout. You know what's good for that? Ice. This ferret doesn't seem to understand the concept of a bath. If you're trying to get clean, you really shouldn't be working up a sweat. Although, this bath does give new meaning to the phrase, running water. Here's Jack playing fetch in the Pacific Ocean. He does it all the time. He's an excellent swimmer. How good of a swimmer is he? Well, he started chasing this ball in the Atlantic Ocean. Ollie here thinks he's a pirate and is searching for buried treasure. Trouble is, he's just a little afraid of getting his ears wet.
Get it, Ollie. Get it, get the rock.
Pretty hard to find anything underwater when you won't actually go underwater. All right, here is a super cool dude with an attitude that's rude. Yeah, you go, Dougie. If he makes a wrong move, he'll be all wet, but he's gonna play it nice and cool, statue style, and wind up drier than a cat's tongue. Dogabunga! Coming up, a couple takes a tumble. And a couple takes a tumble. When we return with more of life's funniest moments. Welcome back to Life's Funniest Moments. Don't let the tough exteriors of these clips fool you. Inside, they've got a heart of gold. This bird lives by just one rule. No pictures. Let's see that again. Wow, he really gave her a beakful. This tin terrier is trying to take over Marky's territory, but Marky won't let it go without a fight. This fight is all about stamina. If Marky can hang in there, sooner or later this new guy's batteries are gonna run out. Here's a tough guy trying to prove just how tough he is. Rather than trying to dig a hole with that shovel, he appears to be trying to dig a hole through that shovel.
It's gonna get you. You better stop. It's gonna hit you.
This kitty is the strong, silent type. You can run your mouth all day and he won't do much. But put your hands on him, and you better watch out for that left. This bird is hopping mad, but he's not scaring anyone. The little girl can't stop laughing, even though he is doing his best "I'm gonna get you" routine. And I don't blame her. Even a tough guy can't overcome a beak that cute. The Pemberton's dog Charlie is picking a fight with the only thing in the house that won't fight back. The ceiling fan. He won't rest until victory is his, which means one thing for certain: it's gonna be a long summer for the Pembertons. Here's a couple of tough guys trying to settle one thing: who is the rightful owner of that teddy bear? I'll bet by the time they're finished, the answer will be both of them. Oh, wait, looks like we have a winner. Nope, okay, check that. We're going 2 out of 3. Chuck is ecstatic because he finally got out of his cage. And now that Chuck is free, does he want to fly out the window as far away as he can? Nope. Does he want to fly to the nearest tree and make a nest? Nope. Chuck only wants to do one thing: dance, dance, dance. There's nothing wrong with being a show-off, as long as someone's videotaping it. After being crowned chicken fight king and queen, it was tradition to drink from the champion's jug. A tradition that would end this day. The local school's having a holiday dinner, but this seems strange. I thought Christmas came in the winter, not the fall. Walk it off, Jerry. And now it's time for another episode of Not Even Close. Yuri here is trying to reach the highest of highs. But winds up hitting the lowest of lows. And that was today's episode of Not even close. If you do it right, you'll only do it once in your life, a wedding. Doves are the perfect accessories for a wedding. Just don't hold them too long. No, seriously, let the birds go. Okay, I warned you. Now you have to have the limo swing by the dry cleaner. Carl wanted to carry Natasha across the threshold. But it looks like the wedding party will have to carry Natasha to the doctor's office. All-you-can-eat wedding cake didn't seem like a bargain. That is, not until Rhonda and Steve broke out their Three Stooges impression. Then the idea made complete sense. And do you, Roy, always promise to pick up your wet towels in the bathroom? Because if you don't, this could happen. Coming up, a ferret looks for soap. And a dog looks for notes. When we return with more of life's funniest moments. Welcome back to Life's Funniest Moments. Coffee break, lunch break, coffee break. Things to look forward to, all in a day's work. This bear went in search of a picnic basket. But it looks like he made a boo-boo. Instead of Jellystone Park, he wound up dumpster diving in a parking lot. But hey, that's okay. He managed to find himself a sack lunch. For Peaches, there's nothing like a fresh basket of clean laundry. It smells so good. It's so warm and soft. And Peaches' owners feel the same way. Unfortunately, once Peaches is through with it, it's not clean laundry anymore. This ferret is trying to get a bar of soap from the bathroom counter, but he'll never get up there. It's too high. Oh, okay. But he'll never be able to grab the soap. It's too slippery. I see. Well, he'll never be able to climb down with the soap. It's too bulky. I told you he'd get the soap.
I'll be around. Oh, darn it, I hate when you're out of toilet paper.
Lassie saved Timmy when he was trapped in a well. St. Bernard saved people when they're trapped in the snow. But this dog has saved this woman from the most important danger of all, embarrassment. One man's noise is another man's music. Let's listen. This songbird is looking for a dancing partner. But he doesn't seem to quite catch on to the moves. Maybe if he had hands. His woman done left him. He don't know where she's at. And to top it all off, his owners just bought a cat. This dog's got the blues. how lucky are these people? It's not every day that you get the king of rock and roll performing in your own backyard. Okay, here's the big finish. Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis has hit the building. Thank you and good night. Do you love off-key howling? Do you love tuneless piano playing? Then you're in luck, as Roscoe in Concert is coming to your town. Imagine seeing all of this genius in person. That's right, Roscoe in Concert. It's a doggone good show. Coming up, a train that's way off track. When we return with more of life's funniest moments. Welcome back to Life's Funniest Moments. It's commonly known that children should never drive. But it's also a rule you should never let a child push. See you next time.